Hello, gorgeous. It is Lala Kent. Welcome back to my podcast. It's so weird to have you here as like a guest because you're just like my homie. Yes. So I'm like, this feels so official.
I love it.
Hi, Brittany Cartwright.
Hey, girl.
How's it going?
Good. Thanks for having me.
I can't wait to have you. I was like looking at the time, and then Stace, our mutual producer, says she stopped off at a gas station to go to the bathroom. I'm like, it's like a 30-minute commute, and normally, like if you're on a road trip, you would stop off at a gas station to go to the bathroom.
There was no way around it. Like, I had to stop.
What are we talking? Like, are we talking like a Chevron?
It was I don't even know what 76? It was, actually. Now that I think about it, what was it? A Shell.
A Shell. You're so Kentucky right now.
Oh, man, you got to do what you got to do. And that traffic coming here from the valley was like stop and go.
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't going to make it if I have to go all the way there.
Because you come from Kentucky. I come from Salt Lake City, Utah. There's no traffic. And I don't know if you ever saw the SNL skit about like when people move to California, all they ever talk about is being stuck in traffic and like how took the 405 to the 101 or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, we've turned into those people.
Oh, but what's bad about me is I don't ever know where I am. Like if it wasn't for my GPS, I don't know what the 405 is. Like I've heard of it, but like I couldn't tell you which one it is.
You've been here for
10 years.
Oh my, okay, so then when you go from your house to take Cruzy to school, because our kids go to the same school, do you have to use your GPS?
I put my GPS on for safety, because I just like to follow it and know where I am. If like, I absolutely had to do it without my phone, I could take him to school.
Okay.
But I never try because it's like my safety blanket, you know?
Right, just in case you forget.
Yeah, or like I'm not paying attention and I like missed the turn and then I would be screwed.
Yeah.
I would have no clue where the heck I was.
I just like knowing how long it's going to take me.
Exactly. I like that too.
Yeah, like I know where I'm going, but sometimes it could take 10 minutes, sometimes it could take 35.
And sometimes it'll say, save 5 minutes if you click here.
And I'm clicking.
Like, yes.
I'm clicking. You said it was like a hell of a morning. What went on this morning?
Oh my gosh. So Cruz and I swam like all day yesterday, just him and I. So he was like really tired. So if he goes to bed early, it's never like for sure that he's going to stay asleep all night. Okay. So he fell asleep around 8 o'clock and woke up at 4 a.m.
Oh no.
Ready to party. Just like, yay, hello. Like smacking on my face like this to get me up. And, he just would not go back to sleep. Finally went back to sleep at 7:30. Okay. So I was up with him that entire time. And then he had to be at school at 8:45. So I just had to keep him home today.
He stayed home today?
Yeah, because what am I going to do? It's just preschool. If it was like...
No, they're finger painting.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like if it was like school, but I just felt like he would be so miserable if he went. So then I was up with him the whole time too, and I'm just like, I was so tired.
Oh, and you're all glammed and everything.
I just rushed to put makeup on.
I'm very impressed. Did you do that at the gas station too?
I did my lips in the car on the way.
You're the girl in the car that I'm laying my horn, being like, plan your day better, bitch.
I'm talking about like a stop sign, okay? It's not just like, I'm not driving and actively doing it. You know, Lil Wayne's playing and I'm just like, doo-doo-doo.
By the way, some people thought Lil Wayne was paying you to promote his new album.
Somebody said that to me. They were like, is Lil Wayne paying you? And I said, what? I was like, I love Lil Wayne.
Everyone knows this.
They obviously don't know me very well if they thought I didn't know Lil Wayne.
Do you still like him now that he broke up with his girlfriend on Mother's Day?
He broke up with... I didn't even see that.
Yes.
He does things that disappoint me sometimes. Like, I was at his concert, and... you know Kara, my friend from Kentucky.
Yes.
She flew in from Vegas, and he was so late. It was that one that kind of like went viral where he like walked off the stage.
You were there?
I was there.
And didn't he like shame the audience?
Yes, because he said that we weren't interested in like his new rappers and stuff. I'm like, we waited 3 hours. You were late, and then you walked off early because we weren't cheering enough for songs that we had never heard before.
Boy.
That was a disappointing moment, but he will never.
You know what? You're a true blue fan.
Oh yeah, I am.
I feel like you have true blue fans, like that just rock with you no matter, because the fans are fickle when it comes to like reality television. Yeah. And do you watch reality TV or are you just on it?
For the most part, I'm just on it. I do see things here and there, obviously. I was big into like 90 Day Fiance and stuff like that for a while. I think because I wasn't really that much into it before I even started on reality TV.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe I had watched, like, Laguna Beach or, Jersey Shore.
Totally.
Like, the very first ones. And I used to love, like, Trading Spaces, like, home decor shows.
Yeah, like the HGTV type of
TLC,
shows.
Stuff like that. So that was, like, what I really watched. Don't hate me, Bravo. I love you now. But I was just never, like, really huge into that world. My mom was.
Yeah.
But
all the moms loved Housewives.
Yes, yeah.
I loved Housewives too.
You still do.
Oh, I'm addicted.
Yeah. Maybe if I watched it, I would like be into it, but whenever you live the life.
You feel like because you know how the sausage is made, you can't watch it.
Yeah. Well, maybe it gives me like a little anxiety or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
How is this season going for you?
Definitely the hardest season I've ever filmed.
Okay.
Hard to watch back. I think that I'm definitely like showing a different side of me that people aren't used to. I think I'm showing like a lot of like growth and strength.
Yeah.
And I'm in a much better place right now than I was when I was filming this because, we film over the summer. So it's been a hot minute. But yeah, I feel like I've got so much support and I'm so grateful for that. But like if I do one thing wrong, I feel like people like come at me. And it's like, give me a little bit of grace here. I'm literally going through the hardest summer of my entire life and doing it all on TV.
Yeah, and it'll be one of the hardest times of your entire life for the long run. Like, looking back, when you think about your life, this will always be one of the most difficult, most challenging times of your life.
100%.
So when you went into filming, did you know that it was going to be difficult?
Yeah, because 2 days before is whenever all the stuff happened. Like 2 days before we even picked up cameras is whenever all the stuff with Jax happened. So I knew that it was going to be bad. And before that, we had been separated for like 6 or 7 months already.
Right.
And it wasn't good, our entire separation, because that's when he started spiraling and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like even worse than normal. So I just knew it was going to be extremely hard.
I remember when it did start getting very, very bad. And you and I were driving, I think, to Will and Elaine's house, and we were talking just about what you were going through. And you were talking about some ring footage, and you were like, I can show you. And I was like, Britt, you weren't to a place yet. I don't even think that you had separated fully. It was just you kind of toying with the idea.
Yeah.
And I said to you, if you show me, if you guys reconcile, I don't think I'll ever be able to be around him again.
Yeah.
And then 2 days before you guys picked up cameras, we were at the school.
Mm-hmm.
You showed me a video.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, if you don't get out of this, someone's going to end up dead.
Yeah.
And it probably will be you.
Yeah, I mean, it was escalating so bad. And those are two different occasions. Like the ring footage you're talking about the first time, like we had so many fights that led up to why I had to separate in the first place, like why I left in the first place. And then the whole stuff that happened 2 days before filming, I had already been separated for 6 or 7 months.
Correct.
So that, like, a lot of people get the timeline messed up. And I'm like, no. There was a lot of times that happened and a lot of things that happened before the separation in general.
Yeah.
That led me to leave in the very first place. And it had nothing to do with Julian.
Yeah. No, I know. This was the first time
way after
us going, because I think it was us going to like a Christmas party. This was like 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do you remember also I came up to the Grove and met you and Sheena and your moms at the Grove? And that's whenever I first told you guys I think I'm going to leave him.
Yes.
Yeah. That was before I left him too.
That's such a difficult, I don't like when people talk about things like this when they haven't been placed in the situation and they say, well, if this were happening, you should have done this.
Yep.
There is no roadmap. Everyone's story is different.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, I don't have to be away from my girls very often, but when Ocean was a baby and I was still filming, the baby monitor was my best friend. I'd be able to see her at home no matter where I happen to be in the state. And the Nanit Baby Monitor is a game changer for parents. It allows you to see your baby from anywhere, anytime. You can stay connected through the Nanit app, and the high-definition camera means you can actually see your baby. There are no grainy images that make it hard to tell what you're looking at. The Nanit Monitor captures every moment, so not only do you know that your baby is safe and sound, you will also never miss a milestone moment. That first time they call you mama after waking up from a nap, it'll forever be saved on a video. Nanit also helps you track your baby's breathing, sleep patterns, and development milestones, all right on the Nanit app. The Nanit Baby Monitor is one of the most awarded baby monitors and apps on the market, and it's said that the Nanit parents get an extra 36 nights of sleep a year. The Nanit Baby Monitor is changing parenthood for the better. It's the one baby item we can't live without. And of course, we have a special offer just for our listeners. Get 20% off your first order with code BABY20. That's BABY20 at nanit.com right now. NANIT.com. Nanit. Parenthood looks different here.
Do you think that you're going to catch heat? The fact that you filed for divorce when he was in a treatment center?
I don't think so, because people are going to see a lot more stuff that happens leading up to it. So there's a lot more that hasn't even aired yet that I have to go through. And I think people are going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I think some people are going to be like, why didn't you do it sooner, honestly?
Right.
You know? And if people do give me heat, I'm like, listen, it took me a long time to get where I finally had the strength to leave him in the first place.
Right.
I was trying to give him like some grace while he was doing things and hopefully working on himself. But then you obviously see, because it's already been on the show, I was getting rage texts constantly. All this stuff was happening. And then there's more stuff I can't say yet because it's on the show, obviously. But even more stuff that hasn't aired yet that like I had to go through.
Yeah, it doesn't end.
Yeah.
It's
never
constant.
It was like almost every other day something new was happening. And you know, yeah, it took me a long time to leave, but I did leave, and I'm like very proud of myself, and I'm happy with what I did. You
should be.
Yeah.
No matter when you choose to leave somebody, I mean, like you said, this was a decade with this man.
Yes.
Where most people, because I got a lot of people saying, well, you pushed your ex on us so much, and you did this, and you did that, and it's like, well, now I'm telling you that he sucks. So
You're like, I changed my opinion.
I changed my mind.
Yeah.
And there's a moment where it just kind of all makes so much sense of like, I'm just done here.
Yeah.
And you can't pick and choose when that time comes.
Yeah, you have to like hit your breaking point. And I always say like having Cruz around with all the fighting and stuff that was going on, that really brought me to my breaking point. A lot of people stay in relationships because of their kids and think like, we need to stay together. We need to make it through to college and this and that. And they're like miserable their whole lives. It just got to the point where it was so toxic and so bad. And my little sweet, innocent Cruz, like having to be around that, it like broke my heart. So my mama bear came out and I was like, nope. Like it just completely opened my eyes.
Yeah. And Cruzy is nonverbal. I feel like that, and I'm not the mother, obviously, of a child who's nonverbal, but he can't tell you what he's feeling. So he kind of, I'm sure, just internalizes what's going on around him.
Yeah, like just because he's nonverbal doesn't mean he's not taking things in and feeling all the things. And I just could not allow that to happen. Like I have to be his voice and like protect him at all costs. And that like really, really was like, was 100% my breaking point. Because he doesn't care to yell at me in front of anybody.
Yeah.
And you knew that. Like, it didn't matter. We talked about it on the after show. Like, it didn't matter who was around, if it was my mom, if it was my dad, if it was you guys, Yeah, it didn't matter
did not
who was
care.
Around. So
He didn't care what he said to you, how he acted. He was not. And that's what I always found so interesting is I'm not an expert when it comes to the broadness of narcissism. But I was like, this is so wild because normally in front of people, they want to put on a show. And then behind closed doors is when all hell breaks loose. But he really only cared about the audience watching him on camera.
Yeah. And like social media and stuff. Like he didn't care to fight with me. Like if we were having a pool party or something at the house, he didn't care then.
But if there was a camera there, it would be much different.
Yeah. But I mean, look how he treated me with cameras there.
That's true.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm so confused by
like,
him.
A lot of people need to realize, like, if that was on camera, think about what I dealt with all the time, And I think a lot of people don't realize that. And, it does something to your brain. There's like a chemical addiction or something that you have to break before you can get away. It's crazy.
It's funny that you say that because I was having a conversation with a mom friend of mine the other day, and we were talking about who what my type is, who I'd be interested in dating. And I was like, it's just a wild thing that I think of all the dudes who have come into my life since my ex, and none of them are productive relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I am so comfortable in combative situations and having to be in fight mode that I wouldn't even know what to do if a healthy man walked into my life and it was easy.
I know. I'm like, would I be the red flag now? You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Like, what in the world? Like, just because I've been through so much and I've got, like, baggage now, I feel like Jax will, like, try to scare every guy I date away.
Yeah, and you know what? There are things that you're going to have to work through. You'll get into a relationship, I'm sure, and there's going to be things that happen that have nothing to do with that relationship. But they trigger something in you that takes you to a place where you can't really explain it on why you're feeling that way.
Yep.
But I think that same thing. I'm like, I feel like I've done so much healing and there's so much more to do. That am I the red flag? Like if a great guy comes into my atmosphere, am I going to push him away because I'm a crazy bitch now? You know?
Well, I just feel like we have to protect ourselves a lot more now. We got a lot more to protect with our kids and with, everything that we have going on. I've got things I have to protect. So
it's kind of a cool feeling now. When you think about where you come from, like, did you ever in a million years think that you would, because you felt like most of the cast, we talked about this on your podcast, every person that was on Vanderpump Rules, we all wanted to be in the industry in some capacity. Yeah. And we just found ourselves on reality TV, which it was like, fuck it, it's a camera, whatever. You literally were like, I met a guy and I just love him and he happens to be on this show, and now look at you.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. That's something I hate whenever people try to act like I looked for Jax and I found him out and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, absolutely not. Me and Kara were at a bar. They happened to come to the same bar. I had never even watched Vanderpump Rules. Everybody knows this that, actually knows me.
Right.
There was nobody that would ever think I was lying about that.
You just don't seem to me like someone that would camp out on the couch and watch Vanderpump Rules.
It wasn't my thing. But, I've talked about this story so many times. Kara saw Katie, wanted to take a photo with Katie. Katie started talking to us because we both have, thick country accents.
Yeah.
We went to the bar to take a shot with Katie and Schwartz. That's whenever Jax walked up to me and, got my number and stuff that night and then love bombed me from the very get-go.
Oh, my God.
Literally before I even left Vegas was, saying I needed to move to L.A. and this and that. And it just, happened so fast. And, 2 months later, I was moving to L.A.
I know. You were driving in that. You drove.
Yeah, my little Altima coupe. Ellie the Altima.
Did it break down on the way or something?
It started, the window wouldn't roll it for a second. And then, I drove to Sheena's house, straight to Sheena's house on the 4th of July, her parents' house. So it was very hot during the summer. So you're going through Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, all these hot states. And my window was stuck down on one side, so the air conditioning would not even work enough to cool off the car. My car started doing something weird where it wouldn't go over 60 miles per hour. And I was like, what the heck is happening? So then I had to stop in this shady little town and try to get my car fixed. So I had to stay in a hotel overnight there.
Oh, what a nightmare.
While they looked at my car, and then I made it the rest of the way. I was by myself too. My dad was flipping out.
I don't think I would have allowed him. I would never allow Ocean to drive cross country.
I was just
to be with a boy, you're tripping.
Yeah.
Give Them Lala is brought to you by Quince. I am loving my new Quince Mongolian crop tank. Quince sent it to me in oatmeal, and I had to go buy it in black too. I also got the cropped halter ribbed knit tank. It's so cute, and it dresses up or down, which I love. It's already my go-to piece of the summer, and summer hasn't even officially started yet. Quince pieces are so easy and elevated, it makes me feel put together without even trying. And Quince has so much more, too. 100% European linen shorts and dresses from $30, luxe swimwear, Italian leather platform sandals. It is endless. And the best part, everything with Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than what you find at similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use ethical and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. I love that. So treat your closet to a little summer glow up with Quince. Go to quince.com/Lala for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/Lala to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Lala.
people say that you were like out here seeking Jax out. I'm like, let me tell you something.
No.
Not one person on the planet would watch Vanderpump Rules and be like, that's the winner. Moving to LA to be with him.
After the fat Kara, because she had obviously watched the show, she was like, he's the bad boy. He's the bad boy. But I've always been attracted to bad boys. I've always been that girl who wants to change a man, make him better. I'm like such a caretaker and like a nurturer. Like many of my boyfriends I took care of. Even whenever I was in high school and didn't have a job, I would like find a way to like pay for my boyfriend's haircuts or something, you know, like that was just like who I was, you know? And whenever I moved to LA, like I would take loans out because we lived in Koreatown. So I would get like parking tickets all the time. And instead of asking Jax for money, I would like take a loan out and he wouldn't even know about it. And then I would like pay the loan off because I was working at Hooters and Sir and all this stuff. And I was catering, you know, all different events and stuff.
Oh my God. You're a little hustler.
Yeah. But people always thought like, oh, she took advantage of him for his money. I was like, absolutely not. From day one, I was even buying my own flights. Like he would buy one, I would buy one. He would buy one. So it was never like that. Then I was, taking loans out or working a bunch and doing different jobs. Like I was working like 3 jobs at one time once while I was here. And then we always had separate accounts. So it was always like my money, his money.
Did you have separate accounts when you got married?
Yeah,
or did
always.
you good?
I never, ever, ever combined.
Thank God.
Yeah, never.
He would have emptied that.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, for sure.
So once Cruzy, by the way, the message that you sent after Cruz's diagnosis to your family and then you sent it to me and Sheena, what was your headspace when they told you?
I was expecting it. Like I thought we were going to get the diagnosis, but then like whenever you get it, it just makes things a lot more real. It didn't like really change anything for me because, I mean, of course it changes things, but like whenever you're expecting that you're going to get that anyway, it's like, it's almost a relief because you know what's going on and you know like, okay, now I have a plan and I have to start doing this and I have to do this and blah, blah, blah. And like, I can start advocating and I can start, doing different things to help him that maybe I wasn't sure where I needed to go before, if that makes sense.
It makes total sense. And you saying, with you being a hustler from the very beginning and, you would split things with Jax, I can't help but think that all of those things that you went through, it was kind of teeing you up to be in the position that you're in now where you really are the only person that's taking care of Cruzy on every level, emotionally, financially, on top of being a voice. I mean, how do you educate yourself? Do you speak with his therapist and they're telling you? Are you researching on your own?
I'm definitely researching on my own. I follow like every single autism awareness page that you can on different social medias, and that's very helpful for me. I've had a lot of moms reach out to me and like I communicate with them, and I'm going to like really try to get involved with different charities and stuff this year. Like that's going to be like one of my main focuses. But yeah, I'm always learning, but also like he goes to speech therapy and OT twice a week, every week. So I go, like he's there right now, so I'm not there, but I make sure he's there no matter what. Like he does not miss OT and speech. But normally I go and I sit in there with the therapist. So I'm learning everything that they're doing and so that I could take it home and practice the same things that they're practicing with him while he's there. And he is thriving. Like he is doing so well.
I can't even believe like the change since he's been doing all of this work.
Yes.
I mean, he's such a beautiful and happy little boy. I mean, we all know how Jax is. But you guys made a very beautiful son.
Yeah, thank you. I always say that's the best thing that Jax will ever do.
Yeah, right.
Me too, though. He's like so amazing and he's so sweet and he's so good. Like he's loving, and it's weird because he's nonverbal, but like I know everything he needs. Like we're like connected.
Yeah, you're his mama.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I just love him so much. But he's doing so well. His eye contact and everything like that is just
that's what's
so
much
wild.
Better. He makes complete eye contact, and to see like he and Ocean were fully playing on Mother's Day.
Yeah,
which I thought was adorable. How have they told you, or have you reached out to anybody? How do we explain to our kids? Because the other day, Cruzy was it's called stemming, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And Ocean came up to you and she goes, "Oh my gosh, he's acting so crazy."
Well, she said, "Why isn't he talking?"
Oh, she said that at Mother's Day,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, at Mother's Day. She goes, "Why isn't Cruzy talking?" And I said, "He will. He'll talk eventually." I said, "His brain just works a little different than yours, but he will start talking eventually." And she goes, "Okay," and gave him like a big hug.
Okay.
So she was really sweet.
Because I wonder how we talk to our kids when they have a child who's autistic in their class.
Yeah.
It's hard to break down to a 4-year-old.
It is. So there are a lot of different things I've seen on social media, and I should honestly just send it to the group chat for our school so that like other parents, and some of the parents have reached out to me asking how they should talk to their kids about, Cruz and stuff. And I appreciate that more than they'll ever know. But there's like so many different ways that you can like talk about it. And there's also like Sesame Street is starting to have characters with autism.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so that you can like let them watch like that episode. Like I think the character's name is Julia, and it like really talks about how they can play together, different things like that. So inclusion matters so much, and they're starting to like include all these characters that have autism and nonverbal and all these different things. And it's amazing because then it shows other people how they can play with them, like how sometimes they might need their space, how you have to like kind of follow their lead a little bit. Like I think that Ocean's really good about not trying to force him to play or do something that like he doesn't want to do. She like follows his lead.
Okay.
And she doesn't always have to do that, but she's like really good at doing that.
Well, that makes me happy because that's not taught. That's her doing, doing her thing.
She's so sweet with him, and so is Summer. I heard one of the parents that I follow on social media, she was, talking to a class room, and she was like talking about autism, and she was like, she said something about like how, I wish I could quote it directly, but I'll have to send you the link after this. But she was talking about how like, kids with autism, their brains just work a little bit differently. They're born that way, just like you were born with brown eyes and you were born with blue eyes. Like that's just how they were born.
Yeah.
And she was like explaining it like that. And it was just very inspiring. She said other things as well. So I'll make sure I send that link out.
Send us the link. Yeah. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that goes on in the world now where I don't really know how to talk to Ocean about it. Like, I had Gigi Gorgeous on the podcast a few months ago, and it was brought up because Jared came over, and he was in full glam before the Paris Hilton thing.
Yeah.
And, Ocean had never seen Jared with makeup on.
Yeah.
And so she came up and was like, "Mommy, Jared's here and he has a lot of makeup on his face. I'm scared." And I was like, that's so wild because I've never said anything. Like, this is her genuine feeling. So how do I now take this and make it a teachable moment?
Yeah.
And the other day she had 2 Barbies, and it was a Cinderella Barbie and Tiana. And she goes, "This one's black and this one's white. And they kiss because girls can kiss too." I was like, yes, that's exactly right. Because Gigi was saying like they just say what they're seeing.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is something where when, Cruzy is doing his thing, how do I teach Ocean to give him his space? Because she's very much about the why of things. She wants to know, why is he wearing makeup? Why can he wear a dress? And it's not coming from an ill place.
No,
they're
of course.
children.
They're babies. I think hate is taught. So like, if you're doing a great job with trying to like open her eyes to be inclusive with everybody, and that's what parents should be doing.
It's terrifying, Brittany.
Yeah.
It is terrifying to be responsible for children where you're like, oh, I'm responsible for making you a nice human being to go out into the world and be productive. And then I like look in the mirror sometimes, or I'll watch Vanderpump, and I'm like,
rewatch
I am not supposed to be doing this. What am I doing?
You're doing a great job.
Who made me a parent?
Give Them Lala is sponsored by Gtify. If you've noticed that I've got all the energy lately, I think it's because of my Gtify sneakers. Gtify sent me a pair to try, and they have been a game changer in my life. You guys, it's hard out here being a single mom of 2 girls. I love them and would not change a thing. But wow, my feet get a little tired. Constantly running after them, taking Ocean to play dates and then school and then to dance. My poor tired feet were screaming for a little love, self-care, and of course, a lot of style. G-Defy sneakers are so comfortable and so supportive. This has to be what it feels like to walk on clouds, you guys. G-Defy's patented Verso Shock technology helps absorb shock and reduce stress on joints. G-Defy are perfect for everything, chasing around kids, running errands, working out, even brunching with the girls. It's style and comfort all in one shoe. And there's a pair for everyone. So if you want to treat your feet and yourself to help deal with occasional foot pain or back pain, or maybe you just want to up your sneaker game, G-Defy is where it's at. And I'm going to hook you up with a deal because you know I love to do that. Text Lala to 91888 for 30% off orders over $120. Or go to gdefy.com and use code Lala for 30% off orders over $120. That's gdefy.com and use code Lala or text Lala to 91888. You can thank me later. Message and data rates may apply.
Is Jax hands-on with, like, does he know what to do when Cruzy is at his house?
Yes and no. Like, I very much take the reins even whenever he's over there. Like, I tell him what to pack in his lunchbox, his backpack. I pack everything the night before and send it with him. He doesn't stay there very often. He's probably stayed there like maybe 6 times.
Yeah.
6 or 7 times overall. And that's been for a very long time. So, he's always with me. But Jax does a good job with, like, wanting to see him and visit him and stuff like that. And if I need to go do something, I can normally count on him to, like, watch him and stuff.
That's great.
But when it comes to, like, groceries or anything, like, I'm sending lists and, making sure that he has everything that he possibly needs.
Sometimes I wonder, is this just, like, a man thing? Because I still get messages from my ex, and it's like, what does she like to eat? What is she?
Yeah.
And because we're not fond of our baby daddies, it's like, what a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm like,
how can you not know? But I also took care of everything while we were together.
Right.
So for
then
him, he, like, is lost in many ways. Yeah.
Like, he knows how to cut the grass.
Yeah, but now I have turf, so. So I don't really need it.
No one needs to be cutting the grass anymore?
No.
Are we dating anybody?
I hired a landscaper.
That's great.
So my flowers are looking better than ever, honestly. I changed all the landscaping out, and it's, like, beautiful. They're blooming right now.
Well, now it's, like, your safe space.
Yeah.
Did you sage it yet?
Well, Kristen has a couple times.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about that stuff.
She's very into it.
Yeah. So
we're getting along again.
Yes, thank God.
That was
my
wild.
life easier.
I know. One person to check off your list of who you can have in a room.
I got many more to go, but at least, you guys are checked off.
Do you feel like you're ready to date, or are you just ready to, like, fuck?
Both sometimes.
Okay.
It's been over a year that I've been separated.
Yeah.
And my divorce will be final any day, hopefully.
Really?
So, yeah, like, fingers crossed. I don't really like being single. So,
You're better in a partnership?
Yeah. I think I get, like, lonely. But then again, I do have a lot of things I need to work on still, and I need to heal from things.
Mm-hmm.
But again, people are watching The Valley right now, which was last summer. I've grown even more.
Of course.
Since that aired. I'm a lot stronger within myself. But I'm having fun. I have a crush. Nothing serious, but yeah, we'll see where it goes.
I was thinking about this. I think we talked about this on the after show. It has been 2 years, maybe even more, than that I've been intimate with a man.
I cannot believe that.
Can you believe that?
No, that's crazy.
The last time I bumped peepees was, I think, this is how I gauge it. It was the weekend before Ocean's birthday party.
Wow.
So it was March of 2023.
Wow, yeah.
Is that not the craziest shit ever?
That's been a minute.
Like, what the fuck? And then I got pregnant the following November.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I worry that I'm going to be so comfortable with being single and in my routine that I will not be able to find anybody because I'm like, well, this is kind of lit.
Yeah, but I think you'll find somebody. I think it'll happen whenever it's meant to happen. Just with me, like, I'm not in a rush by any means, but, like, I do like being with somebody,
Well, yeah, it's fun.
But it's not what I'm revolving my life around. Like, I feel like I'm a bad bitch right now. I'm taking care of everything.
Isn't that
I have
the best
the house
feeling?
to myself.
Yes.
Like, it's great.
Yeah. And like you said,
Like, I don't need a man for anything. You know?
But that's a good place to be in,
Yeah.
where like the person who comes into your life is really going to have to add, because you're not looking for anything. You don't need a man financially.
Exactly.
Emotionally, you know, you've been through a lot to where you're, I'm sure, thinking like, I really don't need you for that either.
Exactly. I just want somebody that, like, makes me laugh, is a good time, respects me, is nice to me, like, actually treats me like I'm supposed to be treated, and, you know, obviously loves my family, loves my son eventually. Like, that's nothing that's going to happen from the start. Like, it will take me a long time to ever have anybody around Cruz. But whoever eventually is in my life will have to be, like, in love with him, you know?
You guys, I went a little buck wild at Fenty Beauty over the weekend, but I do not feel bad about it because I used Rakuten and earned cash back on my Fenty haul. Rakuten is the smartest way to save money when you shop because you earn cash back at over 3,500 stores. What are you shopping for? Fashion, beauty, electronics, maybe home essentials? What about dining and concert tickets? Yep, download the Rakuten app and earn cash back on all of those things and more. Stores like Sephora and Bloomingdale's and even Nike pay Rakuten to send them shoppers, and Rakuten then passes on a part of that payment to its members as cashback. And that cashback is deposited directly into your PayPal account. Or if you're like me and not the most tech savvy, Rakuten will send you a check. You can even maximize your savings by stacking cash back on top of other deals like store sales and coupons. So that's what I did. Fenty Beauty was already having a sale, so I got sale prices and cash back. Cha-ching. You're already shopping at your favorite stores. Why not save while you're doing it? It's a no-brainer. Membership is free and it's really easy to sign up. I am perfect proof of that. So get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily. See Rakuten.com for details. That's Rakuten. Your cashback really adds up.
When would that be? Like, how would you know when it's time to introduce a man to Cruz?
Well, legally, because I put it in my divorce papers, that Jax can't have a female or somebody that they're dating, and I can't have somebody that I'm dating around Cruz unless it's been over 6 months and we talk to each other about it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure that that was written in ink because I know Jax is just like going around town. Me and Jax have been very different since the separation. Like, you don't see me out with guys in the public, and you don't see like headlines and stuff like that.
No, you're
about
much
me.
more private.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure that was something very safe. Like, Cruz doesn't deserve to have people in and out of his life like that. So I wanted to make sure that was like very clear. Again, I don't even know if 6 months would be enough. I think it would be just something that you would have to like really feel like, is this person going to be around or not?
Well, and I think it's going to be hard for you with Jax because unless he makes a huge change in his life, there's going to be women who are around for a significant amount of time, but are then switched out. And I kind of had to be okay with that when it comes to Ocean, is that she's going to see much younger women with her dad, and they'll be around for a long period of time until the girl gets fed up and leaves him because he would never leave a chick. But there's already one teed up to bring in the next round. So I feel like I'm overcompensating. And now Ocean's asking me, like last night she was playing the piano and I was with Sosa and she goes, pretend like Sosa's your boyfriend and this is your wedding and I'm playing the piano and then you guys kiss. Like now she's asking me.
Like, why don't you have a boyfriend?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she said the other day, she said, Mom, are you ever going to get a boyfriend?
Oh.
And I said, do you want Mommy to get a boyfriend? And she goes, yes, I would like that. And then I could see her wheels turning and she goes, but Mom, what if your boyfriend is not nice to me?
Oh, never.
And I said, then I wouldn't be with him.
Yeah.
You're the judge. You're the one that tells Mommy, like, I like him, you can keep him around. And if you don't like him, he's gone. And she goes, okay, so if I don't like him, I'm just going to say, I don't like you, next. I was like, this is a wild.
She is
like,
so funny.
Now she's thinking her mom's like a boring square. Like, yo, could you get a boyfriend? Bring someone else into the mix.
Get a boyfriend? That is hilarious. She is so funny. I love that little girl.
So you'd have to go with your gut.
Yeah, I would have to go with
Cruzy.
my gut, but it would take a while before I would, have somebody around him. And then, go with my gut. And then if they didn't like vibe or whatever, then see ya.
Was it hard to sleep with someone new?
No.
It was easy?
Yeah.
It was just like, whatever, goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, I was treated so badly and I had lost all my confidence. So it was like having somebody give me attention and make me feel good, like, was great. You know, I needed that at that time. You know, there were things like I didn't like about my body and different things that, you know, I had been put down about so many times. But there have men out there who do not care and they love you and they just, you know, they love your body. And they're like,
they love a womanly body.
Yeah. So I was made to feel like I was like imperfect for a very long time after having my son. And, you know, it was great to have somebody that made me feel good.
I like the guy who you fell straight on your ass out of the shower and you guys laughed and he still wanted to be with you after.
I hate you. Yeah, imagine that. Like, you're in the shower, butt naked, and you slip it was like I slipped on a banana peel, like woo, went straight back, and he thought I was gonna like hit my head. Oh, it was so embarrassing, but then the way that we laughed about it was like so cute.
Get you a man where you can fall buck naked on the ground. He laughs about it and is like, come here, let me put it in.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, I've never been so turned on. By the way, thank God you didn't get a concussion.
Thank God.
See, that's how I know I'm a square. It's like, you're like, it was so funny. I'm like, oh my God, did you call 911?
Well, my head, like, somehow, like, I didn't hit my head. Like, I landed on my back, but I kept my head up or something.
Damn.
Yeah. He was, like, trying to catch me, and he was like, I thought it was going to be bad, but you, like, somehow didn't hit your head. And I was just like, don't look at me. It was so embarrassing.
I like it. And I like him.
Yeah.
And he's talented.
Yeah.
Good for you. I'm going to move on before I spill way too much. This season of The Valley, we talked about this when it first came out, the teaser.
Yeah.
And you were like, I feel like they could have put so many other things into it. And I know that feeling of getting married to your story.
Yeah.
And then you're like, why was this cut?
Yep.
And I love that they showed you still having fun and still being like the lighthearted Brittany that we all came to love.
Yeah.
Like from Kentucky, just like happy to be here.
I think they did a good job with that all season because, there's a lot of hard stuff to come, but I was still like going out with my girls, having fun, laughing about a lot of stuff. Like there's a lot of ups and downs the entire season. And I know the Valley can be really dark at times, but it's like what we're actually going through.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not hiding stuff. And that's like why people can relate to what's going on, especially in my life.
Well, yeah, it's a very dark season, but like what do you want you guys to do? Start pretending and like everything's all good? I mean, like you said, this is what you guys are going through. And I do feel that so much has changed since you guys filmed that come your guys' next season, you will have the lighthearted moments.
Oh, yeah. I think next season's going to be, hopefully, knock on wood, a lot better for me. Because like I said, I'm in such a better place, and I have moved on, like, big time. And I think I'm still struggling a lot this season. So it'll be interesting to see how next summer goes.
Do you feel like it's a setback when you watch it? And then, like, I don't know how you are with the comment section, but, like, if you allow yourself to go into the comment section, is it a setback?
Sometimes, yeah. And, like, my team will be like, Brittany, for your mental health, don't look at that stuff. That's not who you are. Everyone's allowed to have down moments or, good moments and blah, blah, blah. And it's so up and down. There's a lot more people that are supporting me that are, like, hating on me or doing whatever. So they'll definitely be like, do you want me to send you, like, all the good comments so that you like, just see that?
Would be great. That would be excellent.
I'm such a people pleaser, so I don't like when people don't like me. That's just how my personality is.
Yeah, but I thought it was very refreshing this season so far, especially when you guys were in Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
And you got annoyed. And it was like, I share my whole life, and I feel like other people aren't. And then Nia says, because you're going through a hard time, you have to project onto me.
Yep.
And I'm like, no, not at all. This is a reality television show, and everyone needs to show up and share their fucking life, or else you make this really unfun and very hard.
Yeah, a lot of people in my comments about that were trying to be like, Brittany's just jealous, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, I was talking about this one specific day where I saw different things leading up to it, which they did show some of it on the show. Like, they showed, like, the fights and this and that. And I love Nia. I want the best for them. But I'm not. That had nothing to do with jealousy. It had
I just
to do
think
with,
that's such a lazy excuse for people when they can't make sense of something.
And I was like, no, guys. Like, no. And also, like, a lot of people thought that I was, like, either jealous or that, like, I cared that Danny was drinking. I did not care.
You would be the last person to care.
I would have been the last person that cared. I cared because I thought that day that there was a lot of things that were being hidden, and it was just that day. I love them. I think they're great. If they want to handle their business how they want to handle it, good for them. But I was also going through the hardest time of my life, being rage texted 24/7.
You hit your breaking point.
Yeah, I just hit my breaking point.
Right.
And there was other people that were feeling the same way. So whenever we talked about it, it just kind of like bubbled
everyone
up.
gets revved up.
Yeah, it got bubbled up and made into a much bigger deal than I ever wish it would. But me and Nia are great. This was last summer. I love her.
I know,
we are good.
but
it was just that one night. And I'm allowed to have bad days and moments where I get annoyed.
Let me tell you something.
Enough,
if none of you have bad days, you all have good days, I don't want to fucking watch this show.
Exactly.
Press cancel, please. And everyone else feels the same way.
I'm a mean girl, and I'm like, I'm nowhere near a mean girl.
Oh,
like,
God.
come on. Like, I'm allowed to have an off moment in the hardest time of my life.
Well, and there's going to be moments this season for anybody where something that happens is literally just the cherry on top of like all the other shit that someone's going through.
Exactly.
I think.
Exactly.
And honestly, I didn't feel like it was a projection at all. I've been a part of filming a show, and when people aren't showing up and being authentic, it's like, fuck you all. You're making this really hard.
Yeah, I mean, people that actually are on TV get it, I guess, because it's a more of a thing like that. But, I hated how big it got. But it was also just like, at that point, we were all just like, like,
we all thoroughly enjoyed watching it, though.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever there's a scene
I just hit my breaking point. And I was just like, enough, guys. If I'm going to share everything, then please just share everything, too. That's all that it was.
I get it. And is it hard filming with a cast that's so brand new? Because you've been in this for many years, and you and I both came onto a show where people were very, very well seasoned when it came to filming a reality TV show. Now you're the OGs, and you're dealing with people who have never done this before.
They actually, that one little night with Danny and Nia, I got upset, but I feel like everybody's doing such a great job. Like, everybody's bringing it,
Yes.
And they all surprised me, honestly.
Were you hesitant going into season 1, being like, how is this going to go? Or did you even think about it?
I didn't really think about that much because they're all my actual friends. So it kind of makes it easier whenever you're all actually friends.
Yeah.
So
were you nervous about that? Because you're like, I actually like you guys. And when you add the element of filming a reality TV show, things can go south and friendships can end pretty quickly.
Yeah, it is nerve-wracking. I hope that people don't change the more like popular the show gets and stuff. Like, that would be devastating if like people's like personalities started to change. But so far, I don't feel like that they have.
No, I mean, season 2, you're not really going to see. Yeah, I don't think.
No, because I put all these people's names on a list to be on the show in the first place because I actually love them all, and I would be devastated if like something happened just because like personality changed or their egos got too big or this and that. And like, I try my best to never change and stay true to who I am. And I just hope that everybody does that. And so far, everybody's doing amazing.
Well, I said to Janet when she first started filming and the season 1 had aired, which I didn't watch season 1, but I said, my hope for you is that you always stay who you are because you're so fun and so carefree that I don't want this world to kind of make you feel like you have to have your guard up at all times.
Exactly. And I don't want that for any of my friends that are on there,
Yeah.
Because they're all such amazing people, and that would like break my heart. But I'm just praying that that won't happen.
Yeah, even Jesse, who's kind of like a little douche. I so enjoy watching him on TV.
Yeah, and I don't think that he's letting it go to his head too much. I think he naturally is like that. But I think that he's doing a good job.
I think you guys are all killing it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't know what the filming process was like for you guys, but I do think that you're all carrying your weight.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is when you have a cast, an ensemble cast, and every single person is willing to show up and show everything and film together.
Yeah.
Grade A television. I'm so happy you came on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, my love. Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of the Give Them Lala podcast. I'm going to catch you guys next week. Bye. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Give Them Lala podcast. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Did I get all three? I'm getting really good at that.